The hip comes in. Relax. As my head goes down, flies over. Always go to the mounted position. Get used to this. You want to feel comfortable with the idea of being close to your opponent. Another takedown is when he throws a punch with this hand, you deflect the hand and get close to him here. He might struggle at this point to just establish a base, and then when you brace his foot and sit back, that's what you're going to. And again, spread your hands to end up in a mounted position. Please observe that in this position here, excuse me, when you brace the person's foot, you don't want to pull him over your chest on top of you. That's not the idea. The idea is to bring him next to you, folding your arm under. That's what you want. So I'm not going to bring Royce to land on top of me. I'm going to pull him next to me. So it's this way, get close to this, base, around me, and I'm on the ground here. Then brace myself and end up on the mounted position once again. One, two. That's what I want. So a little bit base. That's the move. End up on the top position again. You can also go for the clinch here. And as the person straightens up the body, you hold your wrist and bend him back so that you can end up on top mounted. Be sure to let go of your hand behind his back so that you can protect your face as you go to the ground. Because if you keep holding the grip, you might end up hitting your head on the ground. Again, ending always on the mounted position. One, two, 16. You can bend him back simply by folding him back by the waist, or you could hook the leg also if you want. And base stand up mounted on your opponent like this. Now the kick, the idea is to aim at the opponent's leg, right by knee height. If he moves back, your kick is going to be used as a step so that you can use that to close the distance. If you stay here, you're going to hurt him on the knee. So I'm doing this, two, and then holding the waist. Either take him back this way. If he's moving back away from me, I might bring my hands underneath him and still bend him back with the leg, and again end up on the top mounted position. One, two. If he's walking back, my leg will fish his leg with this, hook, and mount it again. If I'm trying to go for this hip movement, and as I go for the hip, the man starts to walk away, I regain my position, establish my position, and try something else. So a quick recap on the whole sequence here. One, two. You can be over the arm or under the arm. One, two, three. The hip, head down, that's one way. Throws a punch with this hand, deflect the hand, come in here. My leg goes behind. And then mount it and then move up and land here. He throws a punch with that hand, You can go under, hold him by the waist. From here, you can do this. Back, and end up on top of him again. In mounted position. Get to this position here. You can either just bend him back and end up on top of him. If he turns around, finds himself in this position, 1, 2, 3, over here. End up with the guy in this position. Okay, now we're going to see a sequence of these techniques that we just saw at pretty much full speed, so that you can have an idea of the different options that you have to use the techniques that we have just, explained to you. We have taken the opponent to the ground. Now we want to find, good ways, effective ways to keep him down here. If you just stay like this on top of him, he could grab you by the chest like this and simply throw you out of here if I stay stiff as a board. So what you want is be able to, number one, relax so that you can avoid that. In other words, you don't want to give him a chance that there's no resistance. I don't want to be stiff that he can push me out. Instead, I'm going to relax my body and my arms are going to drive through inside of his arm. So he doesn't have a chance to develop the power of his move. I'm always going to be deflecting that. So he tries to push me out. I want to bring my hand through as if I'm swimming inside of his arm. This is the kind of motion you want. Like this. Always keep one hand on the ground. So as you're doing this, you have the base and the balance of using the ground in your advantage. That's the move you want. So as a drill, you can go from here and just do this kind of movement. Just do this. That's what you want. Okay. If he tries to push you on your stomach here, you can stand up almost straight and then deflect the person's arm like this. It also works. You can use the palm of your hand, or you can use the forearm to deflect his hand from pushing you back. This way. That's what you want. Okay? This way or this way. If he tries to work on your knee by pushing your knee down with his hand, without using the thumb, you reach for his wrist and just deflect or disarm the hand from pushing your knee away. That's the move you want. Other side, just bring the hand up. So that before he starts pushing, your hand is already anticipating that and disarming his hand or the elbow from being able to push your leg away. All I'm doing here is maintaining my position so that he doesn't have a chance to use his force to dislodge me from this position. That's what I want. Sometimes when the person is pushing you back, you could also come down and hold him by the neck like this and use this hand for base. My legs are going to be spreading out like this, and sometimes even hooking the leg on the back of his legs like that so that my feet can be holding on to this. Always relaxed. The idea is to get relaxed as you do the motion so that you can stay here without spending too much energy. If he decides to sit up and push me back, you don't want to get stiff and be thrown off balance. You want to disarm the arm and pull him back again. By leaning the body weight forward, bring him down and don't give him a chance to move you from this position. The chest, just hook his neck back and drive him back. So it's 1, That's what you got here. This is the kind of drill that you could be doing with a partner in a very relaxed manner to get used to the idea. What was pulling back other side. Base. Push the elbow here. The hand disarms the elbow. Yes. He could also think about turning at this point. You wouldn't want to leave your legs holding too tight, because if your legs are too tight and when he rolls, it throws you off because your legs are so tight that you lose the position. What you want to do here is as soon as he starts to turn, open your leg a little bit so he will turn, and you just let him turn and he stay underneath you. Other side, the same thing, so that you can always stay on top of him. But the legs should not be trapped underneath him. That's the move right here. So the hand's pushing my chest. I will deflect, turning my body sideways slightly. As I do this, it makes it narrower to go inside of his arm. This move. He puts the hands on my stomach here. I deflect the hand this way so that I can stay on top. He wants to work on my knee. I'll disarm the hand. Same thing if he's using the elbow. I'll pull the elbow away so he can't use it. He sits up, I'll drive his neck back and rest my weight on his chest. Just lean the weight, relax forward. If he turns, I'll spread my hands and open my leg so he doesn't sit and roll over my leg. But I can keep the position on top. I want to stay up, just kind of ride along with him, then deflect the hands. Always thinking about keeping your center of gravity here. If you start pushing him to the side, I want to hook his neck with one hand and drive the hand inside, just kind of hooking him behind his neck. Push to the other side, the hand goes behind. Then work your way here. Use him for support. Grab onto him, use the center of gravity. My weight is here. My knees do not necessarily have to move all the way up, always, or stay all the way down either. I want to ride the opponent. I want to kind of adapt to whatever is necessary, as if I'm riding a wave. I want to just, if he pushes that way, I'm going to be relaxed, bring my arms inside. My idea is to be very loose. That's what I want. There's no resistance. I just want to kind of ride along. Disarm the hand. Move the hands off, whatever feels comfortable for you. The idea is to deflect the movement so that he can't use the power against you. There's no resistance. Drive the weight back. Relax the weight. Just kind of take your time. Wait for him. Let him get tired. In a real fight situation, the opponent is going to get so excited and so nervous about being down there that he's going to try to muscle his way out. You should be able to capitalize on that by letting him spend his energy trying to muscle you out, and you just ride along and wait, because he'll lose it to himself. He's going to be so exhausted at that point that he won't have anything left. So if you just can take your time and wait and ride a little bit, he's going to get exhausted, he's going to get very tired, and by that point you should be able to apply some finishing holds that will do good for you. We'll now give you an example and summarize the techniques that we saw on this tape.